If you're watering your garden daily during a drought and still losing plants, you're making the same mistake gardeners have been repeating for decades. Most people think, more water equals healthier plants, but that approach actually stresses roots, encourages shallow growth, and wastes water. The truth is there's an ancient technique used for over 5,000 years that keeps soil consistently moist while letting roots breathe. This method isn't theory. I've tested it in raised beds, backyard gardens, containers, and even hydroponics, and honestly, it works better than anything I've tried. Before I dive into the specifics, there's one tool that makes this method reliable: a 4-in-1 soil moisture meter that measures moisture, pH, temperature, and sunlight intensity. It's not just a gadget, it's how you know your soil is actually hydrated at the root zone, instead of just guessing from the surface. Using this meter, I can see exactly when roots are stressed and when they're thriving. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. Without accurate measurements, even the best hydration systems can fail. When gardeners water during extreme heat, they often focus on the surface. Surface watering encourages roots to stay shallow, which makes them vulnerable when the sun bakes the top few inches of soil. The soil can look damp, but deeper down, roots are dry and stressed. Overwatering the surface also washes away nutrients, promotes disease, and encourages weeds. Your yields suffer even though you're watering enough. This is where the ancient technique shines. Early civilizations in arid regions developed wicking and subsurface irrigation systems that delivered water directly to roots while keeping the soil surface relatively dry. The principle is simple. Water moves upward through capillary action, feeding roots consistently without saturating the soil or encouraging shallow growth. In raised beds, I create a reservoir at the base, separated by a thin layer of gravel or geotextile fabric. Soil sits above this reservoir, and water gradually wicks upward, keeping the entire root zone hydrated. The surface remains loose and aerated, which prevents compaction and encourages microbial activity. I monitor moisture at multiple depths with my 4-in-1 meter to make sure the system is functioning correctly. This simple step alone really transformed my summer garden. Tomatoes, peppers, and leafy greens stayed vigorous, even during weeks of triple-digit heat. Containers are more challenging because soil dries out faster, but honestly, the same principles apply. I place a small reservoir or water-holding medium at the bottom, thread a cotton or synthetic wick into the soil, and water the reservoir. Moisture gradually moves upward, feeding roots while the topsoil stays well drained. With this setup, leafy greens, herbs, and even tomatoes thrive in containers without daily watering. One key is saturation. The reservoir must be fully charged at planting, and then I check moisture levels using the meter before topping up. Once established, the system self-regulates, and plants are rarely stressed. I found that monitoring moisture and temperature with the 4-in-1 meter prevents overwatering or letting soil go completely dry, which is honestly critical in drought conditions. This system does more than save water. Roots grow deeper, stronger, and more resilient to heat stress. Nutrients remain in the root zone instead of leaching, which reduces deficiencies. Microbial populations flourish because the soil is consistently moist but not waterlogged. Worm activity increases, fungal hyphae spread, and decomposition accelerates. Plants in wicking beds consistently produce higher yields, stronger stems, and healthier leaves than plants watered daily on the surface. In my tests, raised beds with wicking setups outperformed traditional watering by 30 to 50% during the hottest weeks of the season. Even in containers, plants developed more robust root systems and maintained green, productive leaves without stress wilting. For raised beds, start with a 2 to 3 inch layer of gravel or coarse sand at the bottom. Add a water reservoir, then a layer of geotextile fabric or breathable cloth to separate the soil from the water. On top of that, Add a nutrient-rich soil mix, 40% compost, 40% loam, and 20% perlite or sand works well. Saturate the reservoir and check root zone moisture with your 4-in-1 meter. In containers, use a smaller reservoir and a cotton or synthetic wick extending into the soil. Saturate the wick and reservoir and monitor moisture at the root zone. Adjust water frequency based on your meter readings, not surface appearance. Hydroponic systems can benefit as well. A fabric wick can draw water and nutrients to seedlings or leafy greens, reducing the risk of overwatering while providing consistent hydration. Temperature and pH monitoring with the meter ensures optimal root function even in extreme heat. One mistake gardeners make is thinking wicking means never water again. While these systems reduce watering frequency dramatically, heat extremes and large plants may still require occasional top-ups. Use the meter to check moisture at depth, not just at the surface. Another mistake is improper soil composition. Wicking works best with a soil that retains some moisture but drains excess water. Too sandy and water rises too fast, too clay-heavy, and roots may stagnate. The right balance allows capillary action to deliver water evenly throughout the root zone. Finally, don't neglect nutrients. Wicking delivers water effectively, but plants still need minerals. I supplement wicking beds with compost, slow-release fertilizers, or compost tea to maintain nutrient availability throughout the growing season. The 4-in-1 soil moisture meter is what makes this technique consistently successful. Drought conditions, raised beds, and containers all create microclimates where surface observations are misleading. Soil may appear dry but remain wet below, or look moist and actually be stressed at depth. Measuring moisture, pH, temperature, and sunlight ensures you know exactly when and how to manage your system. When implemented correctly, wicking systems save water, strengthen roots, improve yields, and protect plants during droughts. Microbes thrive, nutrient cycling is efficient, and soil structure remains healthy. Tomatoes, peppers, greens, and root vegetables all respond with deeper roots, stronger stems, and better harvest compared to conventional surface watering. I've tested this method for several years in raised beds containers and hydroponics, and every time the results are consistent, reduced stress, more reliable production, and significant water savings. Watering is about precision, not frequency. By using an ancient wicking technique combined with modern monitoring, you can protect your plants from drought, conserve water, and maximize yields. This method works in raised beds, containers, and hydroponic systems alike. Serious gardeners know that understanding the soil, roots, and microbial life is the real secret to success. Wicking delivers hydration where plants actually need it, encourages strong roots, and maintains soil health even under extreme conditions. If you want resilient, high-yield gardens that survive droughts, subscribe to Farm Logic for tested, real-world techniques that produce results. Share this video with anyone struggling to keep plants alive during heat waves. Once you give roots the hydration they need, everything above the soil follows. Healthy roots make healthy plants. Using this ancient hydration hack, you'll see stronger plants, deeper roots, and consistent yields, even when the weather is at its worst.